In this example, I want to simplify xy plus xy. I've got two lots of xy. This is the same as 2 times xy. And in algebra, because we can leave out the multiplication sign, that's simply going to be 2xy. Don't let the fact that there are two letters together here fluster you. I've got an xy, I've got another xy, so altogether I've got 2xy. The same kind of thing is going on in this example. I've got r squared plus r squared plus r squared. That's 3 lots of r squared. 3 times r squared is the same as 3r squared, because remember, we can leave out the multiplication sign in algebra. In this example, I've got 7 times n squared, and because we can leave out the multiplication sign in algebra, I can just write 7n squared. That's 7 times n squared, and remember, we need to have the number at the front, which I do in this answer, so that's fine. In this example, I've got q to the power of 4 times 8. It's tempting to take out the multiplication sign and simply write q to the power of 4, 8. But remember, our convention says that when we're multiplying by a number, the number needs to go at the front. Because it doesn't matter what order you multiply in, we're allowed to do that. So that gives us 8 times q to the power of 4. And I can leave out the multiplication sign. So that's 8q to the power of 4. In this example, I've got m squared times h. That's simply going to be m squared h. I'm leaving out the multiplication sign. In this example, I've got u squared times v squared. In algebra, we can leave out the multiplication sign, so I get u squared, v squared. It's that simple. In this example, I've got a number and some letters, and I'm multiplying by that number, so the number needs to be at the front, which it is in this case. So I can simply write this without the multiplication signs as 2mn cubed. I'm just leaving out the multiplication signs. In this example, I want to simplify u to the power of 4 times u. Now, you already know that u to the power of 4 means u times u times u times u. So I've got my u to the power of 4, and I need to times it by u again. So u to the power of 4 times u equals this thing, and all of that is simply going to be u to the power of 5, because I'm timesing u by itself, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them being multiplied together. So that's u to the power of 5. You don't need to write out this stage of working if you know what you're doing. You can see for yourself, you've got u times itself 4 times, and then if you do it one more time, you're going to get u to the power of 5. In this example, I've got w squared times 7 times v. So I'm multiplying by a number, and remember, according to our convention, we need to put numbers at the front. So that's going to give me 7 w squared v, leaving out the multiplication signs. Or I can put the v in front of the w, because that's alphabetical. It doesn't matter. That's 7w squared v, or 7vw squared. In this example, I want to simplify 0.5 times q. Now, that's the same as 0.5q. I've simply missed out the multiplication sign. We can also write that as a half q, because 0.5 is the same as a half. Another way of writing that is q over 2. Q divided by 2, which means the same thing as a half a lot of q. Any of those are acceptable simplifications of this expression here. In this example, I want to simplify a divided by b. That's simply going to be a over b. A divided by b is a over b, because this line means divide. In this example, I want to simplify 4m divided by n, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. That's 4m over